What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. It is a glorious night. I am joined by my lovely co-host, Aiden H. Talks, and this is It's Cups, and I forgot to introduce myself. But Aiden, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just pumping some videos out, working, getting all my stuff done. I am now T minus 9 days for me, 10 days for you for my last day at work. And then I'm gonna have to make the move before June 1st because my girlfriend's brother-in-law bought us all tickets to go see Spider-Verse. And so I'm gonna have to be in town before then. So I'm just about, let's see, 4 days. So like 9 to 15 days away from moving out, baby. And then we're on that grind. I'm really actually not most excited, just in case she's listening, but excited to get like a revamped setup. So
That's true.
I
That's got to be
cannot
nice.
wait, dude. I've been
Like
so
just
like accustomed to this and like this room, and it's not the worst, but I just don't have a lot of space to work with, and so like to have a separate room where I'm not also sleeping to just kind of fucking do whatever. LED
that's gonna be
lights.
nice for sure.
It'll be nice to get a new, excuse me, a new setup and like what was it? Oh, monitor as well when the time comes.
Oh,
That
okay.
way I can just have all
Okay.
my stuff. Because monitors are kind of
No,
cheap,
yeah,
dude.
no,
Like
yeah. I mean,
$200, $100.
it depends on what you're looking for sure.
Yeah,
Like I know you're not going to use it for like gaming or anything, so
yeah.
you could find a good price one then
Even just
for
like an old ass TV or something. you know, I was actually thinking of grabbing my brother's TV when he moved out and literally just putting this big ass TV like right next to me and just being like, fuck it, use it as another monitor. But I ended up
Hey,
not. I
I
was like,
mean,
there's
I've
no way.
I've always wanted to try to like use a 50-inch TV as like a gaming monitor or
Oh well,
something.
have you seen those setups where it's just like they're two regular size on the bottom, two regular size on the top, and then just like a big ass TV in the
Gigantic, yeah,
middle?
TV.
I don't know, but um, on the topic of that, I want to tell you a story real quick because this is still like today, and I really hope no Sam's Club employees are listening. Hey, but you know what? It wasn't our fault. So when I first got my PC about a year ago in March. Yeah, a year, so almost a year ago to the date. Me and my buddies, we were at the gym one night. We were talking to one of my old friends, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a PC, bro. It's so sick. Like, look at my setup. I can just do so much stuff now. I can work from home, stuff like that." And so he told us, and at the time, me and my two other friends, we had been talking about getting PCs, and so we were sitting there. We were like, "Damn it, dude! This is probably a sign." And so that night we literally all bought PCs. And so I bought this one and they placed our order for it the same day. And so we were so excited, dude. And so like I think almost every day those next 2 weeks we made the drive to Best Buy just to like get prepped up and get a whole bunch of stuff. So we got our mouses, our keyboards, the mouse pads, just a whole bunch of stuff. Like they even went and got desks, and I got a desk from my brother's room, and we just got our whole thing set up, webcams, everything. And so now comes time to get the monitors, which was the biggest purchase aside from like the whole PC, because it was going to be about 200 or whatever. And so I got my monitor a little bit early because I was like, I kind of want to knock it out and get it out the way. So I got mine, and it was time to go get theirs. And so we go, and I think instead of going to Best Buy, they were like, "Hey, why don't we just go to Sam's Club?" Or one of my buddies wanted to go to Sam's Club. Me and my other friend, the other friend, wanted to go to Best Buy, and so he was like, "All right, well, let's go to Sam's Club. They have some like really nice options there." So we were going, and he's looking around, and we're just trying to see what the best one is, right? Like, oh, the hertz and the frame rate, whatever,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And so we're looking in, and then my other friend was like, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and buy mine from here as well? And so he was like, all right, bet. And so he went, he got the desk, he got a chair, and then the two monitors. So he's going to check out, and me and my buddy, we're standing at the little thing. It shows you your order, everything that's coming up,
Yeah.
and the price. And the other friend is standing at the end of his basket, and so the Sam's Club employee is scanning everything out, and we're sitting there, and she scans one monitor, and then the other one doesn't come up. And so I look at my buddy and I'm like, and he was like, hey, does it? And I was like, dog, shh. I was like, shut up, just see, let's just see what happens. And so he's like, and so we're all three of us know what's going on, but we're like trying so hard to hold back our smiles, like, what the fuck? And so boom, she scans it, whatever. Total comes out with like the desk and everything, and only one monitor. And granted, there's two monitors in there. And so well actually it was me and his, because the other friend wanted to wait for his payday. So there's two monitors, mine and his. And so we're sitting there and she's like, all right, that'll be whatever. And so he pays, and we're walking, and the whole time, like, we're just like, dude, what the fuck? We're like just whispering to ourselves. And we're like, bro, I swear to God, if we get out of here. And sure enough, someone's there to check the receipts. And so they sit there, they kind of look at what's on there, they look in your basket, and they're like, all right, you're good to go. So we pull up, and I'm like, dude, just let it play out. If they let us go, they let us go. If not, we'll just pretend like, oh shit, we didn't even notice. Because we have the receipt right here. We're not
and it's
pulling off
not
a heist or nothing. And so we get up to the lady, and she looks at the receipt, and the PCs were under the desk he bought. So the desk took up most of the basket. She's checking the receipt. She looks around, double checks, whatever. All right, I'm good to go. And we're walking out, and I was just like, dude, just go. Let's just get to the fucking car, and let's just speed to Best Buy. Just get out of here. So we go, we throw everything in the trunk, close it, get in the car, and we're just freaking out. And so my friend was like, all right, I'll just buy you your monitor, and you can just pay me back when you get paid, because we just got a free one. So like, don't even worry about paying me back like right now. You can just pay me whenever, because I was basically buying two anyways. And so we go to Best Buy. My other buddy gets his monitor, and we go home. Nothing ever came of it. We never heard anything about it. To this day, one of the craziest things ever. We get to that receipt checker, and she's like, all right, yeah, y'all are good. Go
Jeez,
book it.
bro.
It's
No,
crazy.
bro, that it went through two different employees.
Two different people, and
It's
no one
just,
ever said anything.
that's wild, bro. That's a
Yeah.
that's a once in a lifetime thing. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's what we were saying. I was like, dude, just and you know what's crazy? So we pulled up, and my buddy parked, and I was like, hey, I was like, there's a phone like underneath the car. Like I saw it on the ground in the parking space. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah. I was like, here, get out, we'll check. So we look underneath, and we grab it, and sure enough, someone had dropped their phone. And so he was like, all right, let me hold Siri and try and contact the latest whatever. So he held Siri. He's like, call dad, call mom, whatever. And someone answered, and they were like, he was like, hey, I don't know whose phone this is, but we found it in the parking lot. And so the dude was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'll contact her right now, and I'll have her go pick it up. So we sat in front of Sam's for like a couple minutes waiting. And then sure enough, she came in, and she was like, thank you so much. Or I think the dad came. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. He's like, here's $20. And he was like, no, bro. I promise you're good. I don't want any money. He's like, well, thank you so much, dude. And then sure enough, we went in, and then we ended up getting them on. I told him, I was like, dude, that was definitely like good karma right there. Like that was good karma.
That's
It
yeah. What the hell?
it was such a crazy day, dude.
Give up the $20 for a free $200, essentially.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, damn, dude, we should have at least fucking went and got like a like 400, 500. If we knew that was gonna happen, dude. Yeah,
No,
dude,
yeah.
it was pretty insane.
Dude, I don't think anything like that has ever happened to me. Excuse me. I don't think anything like that's ever happened to me. I don't think anything like that ever will, bro.
Yeah, it was wild, dude. So here's to hoping that it happens to me again whenever I go buy a second one. But yeah, dude, I can't wait. What's up?
Whenever that day may come.
Yeah, I just can't wait to get a little revamped setup and everything. It'll be fun. But
Yeah, I think that's gonna, especially like having two separate rooms for it. I feel like that's a great like mental like reset at the end of every day, rather than like sleeping in the same room as everything else.
Yeah, just turning everything off and hopping in bed, which is also good. Like when I finally finish everything and I have everything uploaded, and I'm just waiting for it to process, and then just finally turning my computer off and then just laying down, I'm like, bet I'm finally good to just relax. And so it's gonna be really nice having just a separate room with like whatever I want to add to it. And so it'll be fun. My girlfriend's already shopping for like desks off Facebook Marketplace. She's like, how does this one look? How does this one look? And so I'm excited, dude. Yeah.
I like that.
Which sucks because, like, I mean, hopefully that they're like, if I can get my PC set up with fingers crossed, no problems. Like, I don't want to set everything up, hook it all up, and then turn it on, and it's like, hey, there's a problem because moved it wrong or something, or like, something like that. I'm hoping there's none of that, and then I can get it. That's probably gonna be the first thing I set up and get out of the way, and then my clothes and everything second. Um, just so that I have it, and I'm going to watch Spider-Verse that Thursday. Hopefully that night or the next day we can hop in and talk. But speaking of that, coming in here to do a news episode today because we're trying to keep up that weekly schedule. So I'm thinking
Amen.
Fridays maybe. I don't know what works for you. We can always tweak it or whatever. But the reason I texted you today was because um, it had been 7 days since the Guardians episode. And so, I mean, even if like a couple days before that, when we did the news episode, if like Tuesday or Wednesday works, whatever it is, we'll just try and find that one day and try and get in here as frequently as possible. And it
Yeah.
just so happens that today a ton of shit dropped like out of nowhere. So
Ton of little bits of news. Yeah. I mean, I'm always available this day because I don't ever work on Fridays. But speaking of seeing movies and movie tickets, I think I know the answer for you.
mhm.
But essentially tonight, Fast and Furious 10 drops.
Yeah.
Any plans to see that, Aiden? Any plans at all?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go check it
Oh,
out.
okay.
Uh,
Okay. But have you bought tickets yet or anything?
no, I
No.
I mean they typically don't sell out in my area. I
Yeah.
think the only time I got lucky was, or yeah, the only time was whenever I went to go watch the um I think it was Super Mario. No, I think I went back to go watch something else. Air. I went to go watch Air, and like
Mhm.
Super Mario was sold out, and I was like, dude, I'm so glad I watched. Like, I actually bought my tickets for Super Mario. Or else if I would have came to watch it and it was just completely sold out, I would have been screwed. So it's
Yeah.
like very rare that something completely sells out. Like even Quantum Mania, I think I went and looked online first, and like nobody, like there was a whole bunch of seats still, not a whole bunch, but there was still quite a bit of seats open. And so, yeah, it's very rare that stuff sells out. So I'm hoping, and if I do check and it's like busy or something, I'll just buy tickets for another date. But I am gonna go watch it. Um,
This weekend?
I've kind of decided, yeah, like I was thinking about going today, but
Oh, okay.
I ultimately didn't because I had a couple of videos to do, and then I went out of town to go grab something to eat, and I just kind of wanted to chill out a little bit. I work tomorrow, 12 to 8, so probably Saturday. I think I've decided that I'm gonna go check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna go through the struggle of watching four other like fucking Fast and Furious movies. It sounds like hell, honestly. Back
If
to back
anything,
to
if anything, just watch Fast Five. This one seems to be a sequel to Fast Five more than any of the
yeah.
others. So
Yeah, like I'll do that. I did it for Creed with the Rocky movies, and I plan on doing it for like the Indiana Jones and the Transformers and stuff. But like for Fast 10, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just so disconnected from this franchise. I don't even really like clips I see and like some of the like other movies I've seen. I forget which one it was, but we watched a little bit of the one where The Rock basically like breaks his arm out of a cast and he's like, "Daddy's gotta go. I'll be back," or something like that.
I think
And
that's 6 or 7. Yeah,
yeah, it's just horrible. Oh yeah, yeah, it's the one with Paul Walker at the end, I think.
yeah. Okay, so 7 probably.
Yeah, I think it was 7. I don't know. They just don't interest me at all, man. But I think I'm gonna go see 10 just to get a notch on my 2023 list. So yeah, are you
Definitely
gonna go
Jason
watch it?
Momoa shines. Yeah, I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Mm,
Later in the night. But yeah, I still got to rewatch because I want to rewatch the movies. I've only seen Fast Five so far. I don't think I'm gonna get to every rewatch of all of
mm.
them or anything like that. But hopefully I do. I'm gonna try, and I don't love the franchise, but I find it entertaining. And I saw somebody tweet this, and it's so true. It's like, do you guys really want to sit through watching these guys race on a street every single movie? Like you want to
Yeah,
watch a
I
street
saw that.
race,
Yeah.
um, and that's true because it's like I wouldn't care. Um, I mean, I barely care right now, but it's just because I think as crazy as the action set pieces are, like as much non-physical sense they make, they're cool to watch, I think. So
Well, I mean, dude, the trailer, I forgot what movie I was watching, but I had went to go watch something, dude. I don't remember. And I texted my sister brother-in-law and I was like, dude, I don't know what it is, but that Fast X trailer kind of looks like it fucking slaps, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And he was like, dude, they're fun. And he watched it today and he's like, I don't know, dude. He didn't say he loved it, but he was like, that was just so much fun. And like Momoa is such an amazing villain. And so
I'm
I don't
excited.
know. I was like, you're kind of getting me. I was like, kind of getting me a little bit excited. He was like, dude, if you just go in there and have fun, you're gonna have a great time. And so I was like, all right. So
Hell
yeah, I'll go check it out.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Maybe I'll have to just imagine Vin Diesel as Groot the whole time.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing I forgot to mention in our Guardians thing that kind of was like a little pet peeve of mine, was that Groot just sounded exactly like Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Like the whole like in the past movies he never did, and just now it just sounds exactly like Vin Diesel.
Another thing we didn't bring up was the F-bomb. What'd you think of that?
Oh yeah. I thought it was a great funny use of it for the first time.
Mhm.
I wish the clip didn't get released before the movie
Yeah.
came out. Or if it had, I just wish that like it wasn't confirmed to us that it's actually going to, like, he was actually going to say the word in the movie. Um, would have been a nice like little surprise. I probably would have been like a little like, oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But no, I anybody who's saying like, oh, it should have been saved for Deadpool, I just think that's just arbitrary. Like there's no real reason you can justify that. You know, it's just
Yeah.
because Deadpool cusses a lot.
I
I
mean,
actually think it's
and
cooler
Deadpool's
that
gonna
we
be
didn't get it in. Like, yeah, like it's
yeah.
goes without saying it's going to happen in Deadpool, but I think it's cool that it's branching out into other kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know if that's going to be a common theme going forward, but yeah.
That'd be cool. I always think it's funny with PG-13s and PG-13 movies and using the F-bombs. Like for Batman, they use it whenever it wasn't the commissioner, was it the mayor? I don't know. It was somebody. They're investigating the crime scene and Batman's there and he walks up and he says, "Well, happy fucking Halloween." And then it cuts into the title card, I believe, or cuts into a next scene. And I leaned over to my girlfriend and I was like, all right, well, there's their one use. We're not gonna hear it again in this movie. And so it's always funny,
Done
like,
and over with.
damn, you just wasted your F bomb because it's not a rated R movie. But it's always funny wondering how they strategically placed it. Like, oh fuck, well, okay, what happened in the beginning of the movie because of this? Or I was just like, why would you use it in just a random ass scene where Nebula's trying to open the car door? Like, I
Yeah,
think it would have been cool if he would said something like, "We're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. We're the
that's what
Guardians of the fucking Galaxy," or something like that.
a lot of people saying like Rocket should have said that at the end or something like that.
Oh, that would have been hard,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That would have been so hard. Or I'm
No,
Rocket
and
fucking Raccoon.
anybody listening to this who hasn't seen the movie, we're not gonna do any like crazy spoilers. Don't worry. We pretty
Yeah,
much just wanted to talk about that one little sequence.
yeah.
But also, real quick, I will say that's how I felt about Fast Five. There's a like I don't know if you're gonna watch Fast Five, but
Hmm.
they have an F bomb in Fast Five, and they use it pretty early on. And I was like, wow, okay, that's like,
It's funny because it's like then you think about like if you want to go deep into it, you're like, okay, well they used it here, so then why haven't they used it in any other points of the movie
yeah,
where they easily could have? It's
yeah.
always funny. PG-13 and their lack of attention to detail when using those things. Um, but while we're on the subject of Marvel, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way because we devoted a big section of it to last week, and
Right.
I feel like maybe this will be a common theme in news episodes because people are itching for some more news about
Well, I
the
guess we'll get
cast.
two of them out of the way.
Yeah, cast
Two.
of the Fantastic Four. We'll start with one because it's kind of the one that was like odd, kind of a little bit got like, I mean, it came out today, but I haven't seen a ton of people talking about it. Maybe it's just because I haven't been on Twitter. But Emma Stone was apparently in talks to play Sue Storm, but contract negotiations fell through. And then some other people said that they attached a little bit more to that and said that she wanted some more money, but Marvel was not willing to offer that much to her. Emma Stone as Sue Storm. I don't know. What I want to hear your thoughts.
Listen, as someone who loves Emma Stone in the Amazing Spider-Man movies,
Mm-hmm.
I think obviously Gwen doesn't act anything like Sue.
Yeah.
But I know that Emma Stone has fantastic acting chops. I think she could do a fantastic job as Sue, me personally.
Hey, pun
Um,
intended.
actually, wasn't intended at all. Actually, good. Thank you for pointing it out. But you know, I even in saying how much I love her and her work, I don't think she would have been my top pick. I was actually shocked when I saw the news today that she was even in the running because she's just not even someone that I considered for the role.
Yeah.
I appreciate that idea. I think it's like what would be the equivalent? I guess Adam Driver. Adam Driver for Reed.
Yeah.
Like I never would have seen that coming, but like he's not my top pick, but like I can
It's
see it and I can
safe.
appreciate it.
It's very
Yeah,
safe.
safe,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so and she definitely falls under that same realm. And obviously, it seems like it's not going to happen because she wanted more money, which makes sense. I think is she an Oscar winner or just a nominee?
Oh man, I really want to say winner, but the more I think about it, I'm leaning either way.
I can't remember if she might have won one for The Help, if I remember correctly. If not that one, maybe La La Land.
Yeah, she did win Best Actress in 2017. She
Oh,
was a
so
nominee
for La
in
La Land. Okay.
Yeah, she was a nominee for 2019 and 2015, and she was almost a part of a Best Winner whenever they had their little mix up and said the winner's La La Land, and they're like, wait, actually, the winner is Moonlight.
Moonlight.
And so she was almost a part of both. Yeah, she's been a nominee twice and a winner for La La Land. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure that drives up her price naturally, but I guess she maybe wanted more than Marvel was willing to offer. And the way I think about it, I guess Marvel just, I don't know, they wanted to be petty, not because they got the money. They got the money that she asked for, no doubt, but they just weren't willing to shell out that much. And so they were like, well, we can probably go with somebody who's not as popular, unless they're going with Margot Robbie, which is what the rumor we talked about last week. But as we all would have thought before, is that they're going with like maybe slightly lesser known actors, and they could have paid them a little bit less. And so maybe that's why I was thinking that these negotiations might have fell through. But I mean, who's to really say? I guess
Yeah.
we'll just it's a bummer, but also not really. Like I'm just itching for the cast. Like we've been talking about
Yeah,
this
that's
for
what I'm
so long, and it's
saying.
like like I feel like we hear a new person. Like Mila Kunis was such a shock, and we're gonna touch on that here in a second again.
Yeah.
Was such a weird thing, and she even mentioned it in an interview. Like it's like, oh, I'm all of a sudden in the Fantastic Four. Like
Yeah.
these rumors just keep spurling around, and I just want to know. Like
Yeah.
just tell us. And so
Yeah, I mean, even if I feel indifferent to Emma Stone, and it's not that like I wouldn't want to see it again, it just feels safe. And it's like I want to see like just an amazing cast with amazing chemistry. And like you don't need to go for like these big names like Adam Driver, Margot Robbie, and Paul Mescal, which granted Paul Mescal is not a huge name yet, but it's like I'd love to see like a Rudy Pankow and then like Raul Coley, some just like under, yeah, and I say under, but like even a Elizabeth Leo or Melissa Benoist. Like just give me just a family that has amazing chemistry, and they do not have to be huge name actors, bro. They don't. You don't need an Adam Driver, Margot Robbie, and fucking Mila Kunis. Like you really don't. And so even though I do feel that way, everything with like Emma Stone and hearing like what we're going to talk about next, it makes me happy that we're even getting anything at all. So I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
all right, bet.
I will say to transition over to the next little bit of it. talking about the lesser known actors, this
Yeah.
I think
Beautiful.
is doing that. Yeah, and doing that
God.
in a great way. Um, the this next little bit that we have here, the stuff with Mila Kunis obviously either wasn't true or didn't work out. We don't really know. Probably won't ever know. But the rumor as of today is that David
David.
David Diggs is currently in talks to play Ben Grimm the Thing, and I believe this man is African American, if I am not
S-
mistaken.
So what makes me really fucking happy is his mom is Jewish and his dad is African American. So they still
Mm,
they would
yeah, see, look at the yeah,
makes me so happy.
and he has not been in too many things. I think he was in like the Wonder or something like that about some a kid with a condition that was like bullied in school or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I believe he does music and stuff as well. He really hasn't been in that much stuff, and so that's the current rumor right now that he's in talks. I haven't seen him in anything. I can't speak to his performance. At the same time, though, he looks familiar. Like it
Bro,
looks like I've
oh
seen
my
him
god.
before.
Thank God. I'm like, dude, I have definitely seen. So as soon as I saw the news and I was like, David Diggs, and I went and looked at his IMDb, I went straight there and I was like, oh yeah, I know who this dude is. But then I was like, how come I don't recognize anything he's done? But like
Yeah,
I swear I've seen him before. I mean, he's in Hamilton and Blind Spotting, which I've heard Blind Spotting is a like amazing movie. I've heard it was like a really good movie. And so and I could be just mixing that up, but that makes me even more happy for the cast. Um,
I guess he's in Little Mermaid.
yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Another reason why I love it so much is because a lot of his stuff, and the reason why you probably haven't seen him in anything is because he does a lot of voice acting. You need to do great voice acting if you're gonna
For
play Ben
Ben.
Grimm.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
that's a
true.
home run hitter right there, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
that is an
honestly a really
amazing
good pick.
casting. Yes. It makes me so happy. And so we talked about this on the episode of when we initially fan casted everyone when we thought they were gonna drop the what do you call it? The cast for at Comic-Con. So we talked about it initially there, and I said, "Oh, I would also like Chris Pine because Chris Pine has done a lot of voice acting and he's also Jewish." And I emphasized the fact of the voice acting stuff. So when I went and saw his IMDb was a ton of voice acting, I was like, "Oh hell yes!" And he's even worked with Marvel. So he plays. I'm just looking at his IMDb right here. He plays Rat King in
The
Marvel's
girl,
Moon Girl and
yeah, Moon
Dinosaur,
Girl, yeah.
and he's even been in Star Wars Visions as a voice actor and The Little Mermaid. So like, bro, he is all over Disney. I would not be surprised if they were like, "Hey, why don't we bring him in for
Yeah, let him.
Ben Grimm?"
Yeah, let him see what he can do with that.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I'm super excited. Like, I hope, if anything, because we haven't. I think the thing is the casting we've heard the least. Well, actually, no, maybe Johnny as well.
yeah.
We haven't heard very many rumors about the two of them. It seems the focus is on Sue and Reed, um, apart from like the Mila Kunis stuff and whatnot. Um, I actually think for Johnny, the only person that's been rumored is Paul Mescal, I believe.
But I wonder if that's been rumored or if that's just like been fan casted to all shit
That's
and now
yeah,
it's everywhere. Like that's what I'm wondering. Because I would still like I wouldn't be mad at Mescal, but like, dude, I'm just so hooked on Rudy Pankow. I think it'd be amazing. He has that baby face. I think he's still like 24, which is incredibly young. But like, Paul Mescal is only 3 years older than him. But you could, like I said, a couple weeks ago, or like I said last week, um, Pankow can still pass as like a 21-year-old, 20-year-old, or whatever. And so I would, in a perfect world, we get Pankow as Human Torch, and that would be a win in my eyes. David Diggs and Rudy Pankow would be absolutely wonderful. I'd
yeah.
love that.
I I was just thinking about this while you were talking. isn't it crazy that it's almost been a year since we thought we were going to get the cast at
Mm-hmm.
Comic-Con? I never, even if I had thought that day that we weren't going to get it, I wouldn't have thought like it's going to be a year from now. We're still not going to have it. You know, like that's
Yeah.
just so. You motherfuckers,
Well,
bro.
do I have this completely wrong? Does the movie come out next year? Or
I think they
was it
moved it.
pushed to
I think it was
25?
25. Yeah, I think they pushed it to
Okay.
25 because it was supposed to come out 24. Or wait, because does Deadpool come out 24? It does, huh?
I'm not going I can double check real quick, but I'm not completely sure. I was just like, because then
I
I'm
think they
thinking like if it is 25, bro, it could even be a little bit longer.
yeah. They might have moved it to 25
Yeah, I used to have a
because maybe
little.
Deadpool's the last movie of next year to come out, I believe.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. So we have, oh, I can't see too far ahead, but basically, after Secret Invasion, it'll be the Marvels in 23 or November 23. Captain America
Oh,
May 24, Thunderbolts after that, and then Blade at the towards the end of the year.
oh, but
Blade
Blade's
is, yeah, but Blade's definitely going to be pushed back
Blade's
into
gone. Yeah,
25.
I see Fantastic Four coming out Valentine's Day 2025. That's
Okay,
what I
okay,
found.
so then let's do some math right here. Captain America New World Order is coming out in almost exactly a year,
Yeah,
and we already have like a couple of like confirmations of the cast and even set photos. So if um Fantastic Four is coming out February 25, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear anything until like late this year or even early next year
yeah.
at casting wise.
Sucks, bro. That's
Which sucks, but I mean, the fact that these reports are coming out about them even talking to people and negotiating with people kind of gives me some hope, you know?
that is close. And we know they're going to be at Comic Con, so like it could happen at Comic Con. You know,
Yeah,
Marvel already said
who
they're coming back
knows?
to Comic Con, but
Yeah.
again, I don't want to get my hopes up like I did last year. So
Well, also, I would kind of hope that they don't, because then that would make it sting a little bit less that I fumbled the absolute shit out of that and we couldn't go to Hall H. I would kind of be
oh
like,
no, man, that's
just push it pass.
not. um, that was such a that was so dumb, bro. That's not on you. That's on all of us because none of us thought that.
God damn.
But speaking of Captain America, um, 4, switching over to some news, and you're gonna know more about this than I am.
Ooh,
Aiden is very
baby.
excited about this. I have no knowledge on WWE wrestlers or anything like that, but according to some set photos that were leaked from Captain America 4 that is filming right now, which also I, I don't know if there's some I think there was some leakers that little quite like a small little pivot here. Some
Mhm.
leakers and some insiders are claiming that New World Order isn't going to be the title anymore of Captain America 4.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that holds any validity. But um, that's what I like. They're when they talk about it, they say Captain America Untitled is what they say, but
Wow.
I don't for some I don't believe that though. Like that just seems like a dumb thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was just a small little thing. The meat and the potatoes of this is Seth Rollins was spotted on set, and now I will let Aiden take it away.
Well, first off, it's Seth freaking Rollins. Get that out of the way. You got to say my goat's name correct if you're gonna come across him. Anyways, um, no, dude, I woke up and I found out about this through TikTok. And they were like, "Oh, you'll never believe who's on the set for Cap 4." And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then it showed it, and I was like, "This has to be fake. Like, there's absolutely no way." And sure enough, it was confirmed. And I was like, "Wow." As soon as I get in back into wrestling, my two worlds are colliding. That's absolutely insane. I've always I've grown up in like I was in love with Seth Rollins, bro. Like just as a wrestler, I was in love with his shtick and everything. Back when I was a kid watching it, I got to see the Shield debut, which was him and two other people, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and they took the company by storm, and he ended up turning on them, and it's known as like one of the best like and most unexpected heel turns ever. And to this day, all three of them have held the championship at least once. Roman Reigns is about to break a record for holding the championship for one of the longest times. They just have had so much success out of them three. And so the fact that I got to see him and grow up watching him, and I get back into WWE, and he's like being pushed for the new title right now. He has a match on the 28th or the 27th for the new championship they introduced. Like he's still being pushed as one of their main guys. And so every time I'm watching him, bro, I love seeing him wrestle. He's just like this enigma, right? And he is now cast as some people were saying like the Serpent Society,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what it looks like from the pictures. He is donning his blonde hair, which maybe I'm just like maybe I just have this all wrong, but like I could have sworn that his hair was like he had got rid of some of the blonde, but maybe I'm just tripping. Anyways, and he's looking as wonderful as ever. And so, yeah, Seth Rollins in New World Order, possibly playing a member of the Serpent Society. And there was actually a video that also leaked of them recording a quick little scene, but
Oh,
nothing really happens. They all just like look up and they're meeting with this dude that's bald. And so it looks like they come to a meeting and they're talking, discussing something, and then they look up. And we also know that Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie, was on set, so like maybe this could be, you know, like them getting their spot busted up in the beginning of the movie, and then we move on, kind of like Crossbones and what was it, Civil War. And
yeah.
so they could just be bringing in this group to kind of like start the movie out, because I don't see him in a huge role right now, especially for like a Marvel movie. I just don't know. But what's also interesting is his wife, Becky Lynch, who is also a wrestler and a damn good wrestler. She was actually supposed to be in the Eternals, and
Oh,
things fell through with that. And so now her husband is being one of the first to be in Marvel. But I mean, we've had Batista in Marvel. I think that's like what the first and what only WWE wrestler in Marvel. I might be completely missing that, but I want to say that I'm correct. Um, John Cena and Peacemaker and everything. Obviously, The Rock, and so Seth Rollins in this. I just hope. I said this in a video. I haven't posted it yet, but I was like, I just hope his acting's good. I cannot stand to see him get slandered for like having some horrible acting, because I haven't seen him act. I think this is like his first gig, um, and so I just hope it's good. Like I'm really scared that it's not going to be good.
Mans is
Um,
doing it all, bro. He's filming Cap right now, and he has a match coming up.
Yeah, and so
Crazy.
that's what a lot of people were saying. They were like, "Bro," because I mean, a lot of people expected him to be the champion when they introduced it. The whole thing around the championship is someone that's there to defend it every night and basically be a full timer. And then so they have him in the championship that's supposed to represent, basically a non part timer status, and now he's shooting Captain America 4. So a lot of people are like confused, but it just makes me think he's going to win the championship even more. Like you have your championship wrestler in a Marvel movie, you're going to get eyes your way. This dude's winning that Night of Champions. So, but as for like the whole Captain America of it all, I'm very excited, dude. Like I can't wait to see him as a villain if he is a villain. And he looks good, man. He's rocking the shit out of that outfit, all of them, and so that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. Um, but that's not all the news for Captain America 4. Uh, Along with that, we got more set photos of Anthony Mackie as Captain America in his new suit. And this has been a lot of controversy on Twitter lately. For some more than most, I guess. I actually initially saw it in the group chat when either you or Ben sent the picture, and I really liked it. I didn't know that people didn't like it yet.
I kind of, yeah, it gives me Winter
I
Soldier vibes.
Yeah, I like the gold star. And that's another thing too. People we're jumping to conclusions so quick. Like who's to say that this isn't just like Winter Soldier? Like
Yeah.
the beginning of the movie, Cap's wearing a completely like dark stealth suit or whatever. Granted, this is clearly not a stealth suit, but what if he's just wearing this different suit for this one little part of the movie, and then come Winter Soldier, the end of the movie, he's kind of goes back to the same suit from Captain America 1 with like it's like slightly different in some places though, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part it's still the same. So like, people jump to conclusions, but even then I think this suit I like the gold star. Ben did make the comparison that it looks like the Guardians
Guardians.
new suits, and yeah, that's
A little
he's
bit,
not
yeah.
wrong. Yeah, it's almost identical. At least from this one little picture that we have. But I think there's a second one too of like you can see like the backside of it a little bit or something, like his boots or something. I'm not sure, but
I'll double check.
oh, and also sorry for audio listeners. We currently have the pictures up of the
Yeah.
set leaks, and Anthony Mackie fully suited up as Cap. It's like a dark blue suit with a gold star and some uh, weird polygonal triangles pointing towards the gold star, and those things are gold as well. Just imagine the new suits that the Guardians are wearing from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. You'll have a pretty good idea
Yeah.
of what it looks like. But no, yeah, I can appreciate it. Obviously, if this does replace the suit that appeared at the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'll be pretty upset too. I'm getting tired of Marvel doing the whole
They're doing it with
changing the
Kamala
suit thing.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's like it's especially annoying when you talk about, yeah, here's the other picture. For audio listeners now, we have the a little bit of the backside of Cap's new suit, and pretty much it looks the same, just dark blue, but you can see his boots are like a bright red, um, almost like classic Falcon from the comics,
Well,
kind of thing.
Falcon's right there behind him. Did you see that?
I did not see that. Is that it with
Yeah,
the brown
with the
pants and whatnot?
and
Oh
the
yeah,
mocap headset on. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. We'll get a little bit of him from the Captain America Winter Soldier show, Falcon Winter
Yeah.
Soldier. Yeah.
Um, but no, that's what was going to touch on. Like, it's especially stupid for these when you factor in the Disney Plus stuff, because we see them in these suits for not even a full episode. A lot of the time, it's just one like
Ending.
quarter, 75% of the
Yeah.
finale. In these suits, and a lot of the time they're super good looking suits, and I would like to see more of it. I'd like to see more of Kamala's suit rather than the one she's going to get in well, maybe it'll show up a little bit in the Marvel. I don't know, but we'll wait and see. But Cap suit was sung so much praise at the end of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and so to see it just ripped away like that just so they can sell more toys, it is a little bit disheartening. But again, I don't want to jump the shark on any like stark judgments.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that suit. I'm never one to like really complain about a suit unless it's like just unnecessarily over designed, like Ant-Man's. Like I love the simplicity of his first suit. Then you look at like Ant-Man 3, that's when I really started to notice it, and I was like, oh damn, like that really isn't good. Like his or the Wasps. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll very rarely criticize like a suit looking bad. And so like when people are like, this looks so ugly, I'm always like, oh shit, I thought it was ugly. Yeah. I didn't really
Yeah.
see a difference at all. And so
Yeah. I'm the same
I
way.
I liked it. It looks cool. Anthony Mackie's new suit. And plus we're looking at set leaks from like fucking like 100 feet away, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man, a whole football field away of zoomed in cameras and stuff. Like you never know. And
Seriously, bro.
so that'd be interesting. When do you think we'll get a trailer for that? Probably at the end of this year? Because the movie comes out in May.
Yeah. I'd say probably like November time. Maybe like right before the Marvels, maybe.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah. Or like at least a teaser, and then maybe at the beginning of the year. Like maybe for
Yeah.
like the Super Bowl.
Definitely something at the Super Bowl. We'll
Yeah,
definitely get
yeah.
something at
Oh,
Super
for
Bowl.
something for sure. But then I'm trying to think like, oh, the national championship. That's always early January. and Marvel loves to drop those. And so like the college football playoffs at the end of the year, you could probably definitely expect like an official trailer, or like the the national championship. I really want to come back to this video and see if we actually call it to the date, like, oh yeah, Super Bowl or like national championship. I think we can expect them there. That's when I'll be then I'll get my judgy on if I need to.
Yeah.
And so
Maybe, yeah, I could see it somewhere in November, like maybe in between, if not right before the Marvels. I'd say we get our first teaser between the Marvels and one of the things that we're going to talk about coming up, a release of a Disney Plus show.
yeah. I let me see what I want to prioritize. Okay, we can get into the Loki and Echo stuff. So
Okay, yeah.
is that what you wanted to touch
Well,
on?
I was thinking we save the two bigger things for last, because this other one probably isn't like that big. I don't think we have that much to say about it. The Venom one.
Okay, yeah, we can get into, and then I think we both have the same top two. So all right, bet we can
Yeah,
get into the Venom one then. Well, we'll give you a reason to listen to the end of the episode, whoever's still
yeah,
listening. All right.
um,
I
yeah,
don't know how
yeah.
to pronounce his name, so you can take this one off.
Dang, bro, I've heard it so many times that I can just never.
Chiwetel
Chiwetel Ejiofor, I believe.
Ejiofor.
Yeah. AKA Baron Mordo from Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, has apparently been cast in Venom 3. And we don't know what role he's going to be playing at all.
Damn.
Maybe he could be another symbiote villain, but at the same time, they set up that cop at the end of Venom 2 to have some sort of powers after Carnage did something to him. But
Yeah.
it's it's Sony Marvel verse news. Like, don't really know what much to do with it.
Yeah.
If I'm actually more excited for Craven than I am Venom 3. Just after everything we heard from CinemaCon and stuff,
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see how that turns out. But not that I'm like super excited, like I think it's going to be good, but just
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the action and cool stuff we might see. But no, yeah, I mean, he's a great actor. I can't wait to see if he's done justice, if they give him like good material in Venom 3, or if he can make bad material work. But
Yeah.
we'll have to see. I mean, I'm excited for Venom 3. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
I think now, especially after they've tied it into Tom Holland stuff a little bit, it might be a bit more compelling, but we'll see.
Yeah. I think they kind of know what they're doing, not saying the role and knowing why they're casting this dude the way they're casting him. So let's just pretend that it is for him to play Baron Mordo. Now, what's interesting is we just got to see a lot of Baron Mordo in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Keyword on the multiverse. And I don't think they left on very good terms. Didn't Doctor Strange like escape him and he was like pissed off? But he was never dead, right?
I don't think
He was never killed off because it was just the
Yeah.
Illuminati. I could see a movie where Baron Mordo finds his way into the Venom universe, and I don't know, maybe he stumbles upon it, because I don't know why you would, for my point to make sense, I don't know why you would seek out Venom out of everybody to help you fight off
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. So maybe he slips into the Venom universe and decides to bring Venom with him. And that way we get Tom Hardy's Venom in here, which I don't know how much I would like. We already have the symbiote set up from No Way Home. I'm just trying to think of reasons why the hell this dude would be in this movie. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. I'm not going to knock it, but we all know how Sony loves to do stuff like this. We've seen it literally happen in Venom. No, shit. I completely forgot about this damn movie, Morbius. I completely forgot about the movie. We've seen it happen in Morbius with that god awful post credit scene that we still have no idea what it means. So who knows? This could also just be Sony being Sony.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
But Marvel would have to okay this, huh? They would have to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, like you would think, unless they're just like, oh no, we're just gonna use them for like our own personal. Which, yeah, okay, then I guess you really don't have to run it by anybody.
I mean, assuming if he's playing the same character, then I mean, I would assume that they have to have
Yeah.
some sort of conversation with Marvel, definitely. But if he's just like a variant that has no idea how to use magic or anything like that, then probably not.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, everything from Sony you have to take with a grain of salt. Like, I still forget that we're getting a Madam Web movie, dude.
Oh yeah,
I'm just like,
that
oh,
is that this year? Because they've been done filming that. Is that coming out
I would
this year?
I would assume so, dude. I would assume so because it's like you
Maybe not
gotta
because they have Craven this year.
look 2024. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Kind of a damn good cast. Dakota Johnson, Adam Scott, Emma Roberts, Sydney Sweeney,
Should be getting a trailer for that soon.
Mike Epps is in the
Maybe
movie.
not soon. I guess we have to get a trailer for Craven first.
Yeah, yeah. Because we've gotten a lot of Craven stuff
Yeah, and
over
that's coming
that.
out in October too, which I completely forgot about. But comes out the same day that this next nice transition. Didn't even mean to do it, but comes out the same day that Loki season 2 starts, October 6th,
Yeah,
which is news that Marvel Studios just dropped on us, I believe yesterday. They
yeah,
announced that both Loki and Echo are going to be coming out this year, and Loki starts on October 6th and will be airing one episode a week, but Echo will be coming out November 29th with all episodes. We don't know how many episodes it's going to have, but we do know that all episodes will be streaming on Disney Plus all at one time on November 29th. And depending on who you are, it's been a little bit of a hot button topic on Twitter, just because it's the age old discussion of binge model versus weekly model. I still think The Boys does it the best.
yeah.
Three episodes and then weekly after that. You get the best of both worlds. Um, but I'm sure this is like a little bit of Marvel and Disney experimenting, trying to figure out what they can do for hype wise. And I'll let you talk about the Daredevil thing because you brought that up, and I think that's a really good point. But as for Echo, I'm excited that it's going to be all. I haven't binged a show. Well, no, I guess just I just binged Beef. I guess but
Yeah.
I haven't binged a Marvel show since the Netflix series.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do that. And Loki. I probably don't like Loki as much as most people do. Loki season 1. I still really did enjoy it though, and I'm excited to see.
What's up, bro?
I'm excited to see what's you like Moon Knight, bro. I'm excited to see what comes out of season 2, and I'm also excited to see what's gonna be the haps with Jonathan Majors up in there. So
A lot of talks of them potentially recasting, so that'd be interesting.
yeah.
Oh well, no, I think they even said that they've done some. I actually saw this piece of news in regards to Loki, that apparently Loki went through some reshoots to get around the Jonathan Majors thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I didn't
saw
see
that.
that.
I forgot to bring it up. It literally dropped like maybe a couple hours ago. At least the source I have, Marvel Studios subreddit on TikTok, the tweet bot or the
The
Reddit
tweet
bot, I
bot.
guess. I don't know, whatever it is, but um they they let me see if I can find it right here. Um Alex Perez, this was 2 hours ago. So yeah, Alex Perez claims that Marvel Studios had to reshoot Loki season 2 as a result of Jonathan Majors' legal problem. Don't know um how what do you call it? Legit that is. I don't know how credible that source is, but something to talk about, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially with Loki coming out soon.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I mean it's the whole thing with Jonathan Majors is still, I think it's still developing. It's still wild to um think about what might come of it. I think it's a big thing that's gonna piss some group of people off no matter what happens. But I think if they wanted to recast, I think it could be easily explainable. I don't think it's as hard as some people are making it out to seem. I know that they've shown us every Kang so far looking like him, but all you got to do is just be like, wasn't actually all of them, I mean,
Yeah.
and as flimsy as that is, that's the multiverse stuff, if anything, I think they've shown us more examples of people not looking like them. Not more so than people looking like them, but you know, I get if that makes any sense to what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I don't
No,
even
it
know
gets
how
me.
much screen time Jonathan Majors is really going to have in Loki season 2. Obviously, we have the post credit scene of Quantum Mania where he's playing what is. I forget it. I forget the professor's name, but he's like he's a
Yeah.
weird Kang
Albert
variant, yeah, like Albert
Yeah.
Einstein copycat or something like that. So, I know that he has to play some sort of role because Loki has to be super scared of him and scared of what he can do, especially after that ending of Loki season 1. But I'm super excited to see what comes of it. I love watching Tom Hiddleston and what he got to do with season 1. I think what I liked most about it was getting to flesh Loki out more, because I was never one of those people that loved Loki like everybody else did, like after Avengers 1 and whatnot. I thought he was
Yeah.
good, but I didn't love him, and Loki season 1 helped me along with that. But again, I didn't think it was fantastic. I still think it had the best finale of all of the Disney Plus shows, though. Like, absolutely the best finale.
Yeah. Oh, are you waiting for me?
Sorry. No,
No, no.
yeah, sorry about that.
I was just gonna say, still falls into the Marvel formula, but yes, one of the
Yeah,
most well put together of all the Disney Plus shows.
for sure.
So I don't know. We'll see. Like I'm excited that it's. I mean, dude, wasn't it originally supposed to come out this summer or like spring, even?
I believe
I don't
so,
know. I
because
think I heard something like that, but
I imagine that it would have started dropping like right after Secret Invasion.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah. So I'm glad to see that it's still coming out this year. So that's good. It's getting the weekly release. It's checking all the boxes right now. What isn't though is Echo, as in getting the weekly release. Echo is dropping all at once. We don't know the format. There was, however, a rumor not too long ago that Echo was only going to be 4 episodes. And my thing is like, if they're 30-minute episodes, why not just make it into a special presentation, but if it is like about an hour each episode and they're just like, hey, well, we tried everything, but episode format worked better and we don't want to create a whole bunch of filler. Like we talked about this in the She-Hulk episode. You can literally go back to the She-Hulk finale, and I said that they were talking about cutting back a lot on Echo, in terms of episode wise, to where it could legit have a chance of being 4 episodes long. And so that, I guess, makes sense, and I'm not completely mad at it either. Like, I think it'll be fun to do kind of a binge method, and to kind of get it all out in one go. And if it is 4 episodes, all out in 4 hours, so you can do it in a day. That's half a 8 hour shift, obviously, but you can do it and you have the time, and so that's very interesting. I don't know if it's them playing around with it or if it's just them being like, it's only 4 episodes long, we might as well just drop it all at once. So
yeah,
the time will tell. When we get the episode count, we'll have a better discussion. Because if it is longer than 6, if it's 6 or longer, then they're definitely trying something new out. If it's 5 or shorter, then it's like, no, this is what they had to do. We could probably expect the week to week to still happen.
yeah.
So
Which makes me wonder for Daredevil. Yeah, that's like, I mean,
yeah.
with that being 18 episodes, that's something that we thought would originally like air for like 4 months, and I believe I made the joke like that was like their plan for stretching out content. Like they'd have Daredevil running in the background while they delay their movies a little bit or whatnot. And, But now with Echo being released all at once, maybe they could. I think you said in the group chat, maybe they model it more after like Stranger Things, release like half of the season a month apart from each other.
Yeah.
You know,
You still get that stretch of content. You're just not wearing people out like week to week. Like a big reason why I did not care at all about Bad Batch when it first came out is because it was 12 or like no, I think it was like 16. I'm not sure, but it was like 16 episodes of Bad Batch, and they didn't drop two a week. They didn't drop them all at once. They literally took their sweet ass time and dropped it
once a week.
once a week. So like for 16 weeks, Bad Batch was dropping, and I kept up with the first episode and then the next two, but they were literally 20 to 30 minutes long. They were short episodes, and so I was like, dude, I'm not doing this, bro. And so it just completely turned me away, and so I can definitely see Daredevil falling into that. Even though we care about Daredevil and we love it, I hate to say it, but I can see people turning away from it, especially if you're doing the whole 30-minute episode BS. Yeah, Bad Batch was 16 episodes that literally aired 16 weeks.
That is
like
wild.
That's
crazy.
Man.
I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah, it's horrible, dude.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how that all turns out. I think for me it's less worrying than it is for most people, but you know, you can get into like the discussion about weekly versus the binge model, and you can talk about like getting spoiled and stuff online, and I would argue that like the level of risk there is the same. I mean, like you could get spoiled per episode every week, you know, if you don't watch it right away versus like binging it all.
Yeah.
But anyway, now we come to our final and maybe biggest news of the entire episode.
Real quick, just so that Ben doesn't completely hate us, Deadpool did announce that Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend Yukio were returning for Deadpool 3, which is a lot of fun. I cannot wait to see them back. And we kind of expected it, but like it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, I'm expecting it to happen, but like it's nice to see it confirmed. And so that now adds them to Deadpool and Hugh Jackman to the movie. And I might be forgetting some other people. I'm not sure.
They also confirmed what's I forget his character name, but from Deadpool 2, the guy with no powers that parachuted in.
Oh shit!
Dave, it might have been Dave. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I want to say Steve or Dave, but I don't know. It's they confirmed him. I saw last week, I believe. He's confirmed to be returning as well. And once he was confirmed, I pretty much like in my head I assumed like, why would the other X-Men that were in the first two movies, aside from Yukio or whatever her name is, Yumiko or Yukio, she wasn't in the first movie, but Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Colossus, you know, I imagine that they would return as well if Dave's returning. And they haven't confirmed Colossus, granted, but I'm sure that's going to follow. But no, yeah, it's doesn't do much for me. I mean, I can appreciate Negasonic Teenage Warhead. It's so weird to say that every time.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
And it's gonna be, don't get me wrong, I know that, and we talked about this before we started recording, like they're gonna do the joke again where it's like, hi Wade, hi Yumiko, and you know, that's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny again, but it's probably only gonna be funny one more time, to be honest. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I'm sure they're probably just gonna be there to get erased from the timeline or something while Deadpool and Logan do whatever their time travel-y multiverse hopping thing they're gonna do. But yeah, so
it'll be fun.
I think it'll be cool.
And Deadpool's 2025, right? Or 6. There's one where there's I think the year that we get like just banger after banger is 26, right? With Superman, Batman, and then both Avengers movies. But again, could be pushed back, especially with the news we're about to talk about right now. and then Deadpool
Yeah.
is maybe late 24. Yes, it is because I remember the
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's November.
yeah,
It's next year.
November.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, we're getting Deadpool
Mhm.
next year. Oh, let's go. I
That's
remember when it first
crazy.
got announced, I was just like, oh my God, but it's gonna be so long. Like, shit, I don't
Yeah,
want to
because it
wait
was
that
2
long.
years. It was 2 years when it was announced. It was like, "Damn, bro."
I was like, I don't want to
That's
wait
wild.
that long, man. And so, shit, we're getting it 24. Um, and so with our next topic, Charlie, this is an absolute win for a lot of people. This is possibly our best news
Yes.
of the recording, aside from the David Dig stuff.
And
Uh,
let me preface though, I don't wanna, like, it is great news, but
for some people.
yeah, I don't want to I wish this man the best. I think he's probably a great person. I hope he's a great person. I don't know him personally.
Well, the other Rick and Morty guy. Oh,
Oh yeah, yes.
so let's hope he is a great person.
If he's great, I hope nothing but the best for him. I just don't think he was right for this, and so I'm very happy that this is not happening anymore. Anyway, to now say the news, Jeff Loveness, who, as some of you may know, was the writer for what movie? Ant-Man and the
Ant-Man
Wasp:
Quantumania.
Quantumania. And we all know how most of the fan base, maybe not most, well, actually, no, most, because it didn't make that much at the box office. So
Yeah.
people probably didn't care about it. We all know how most of the fan base felt about that movie after the fact. I myself have probably even fallen lower on the movie since
Oh
it is,
yeah, I definitely have. I'm
yeah,
way too high on it.
it is below mid to me. It is below mid. I don't appreciate what they did in that movie. And I like Thor Love and Thunder more than that movie. And I don't even like Thor Love and Thunder that much. Thor Love and Thunder has fallen down for me as well. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Jeff Loveness, who wrote Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, was also set to write Avengers Kang Dynasty, if you did not know. But the operative term there is now was, because he is reportedly no longer writing the film. We don't
Yeah.
know why. We don't know if he's been fired. We don't know if he quit. We don't know the case at all. And this is just reportedly, Discussing Films has said. We don't even know for sure. It's not an official statement. But if this is true, let us go in grace.
Yeah.
This is or let him go in grace. This is fantastic news. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, unless they book somebody who's like their repertoire of work, if that's even the right word, is horrific in comparison to Jeff Loveness's. And you know, to Jeff Loveness's credit, I believe it, like shortly after Quantumania, like in interviews, he was like very candid about like his writing style and the way he went about things for Quantumania. And I know he got some praise for that. And so I can appreciate that. But you know, when it comes to the next Avengers film, granted it's not Secret Wars, but the
Yeah.
next one to follow up Endgame, like I don't want the guy who wrote Quantumania, my one of my
Hell
least
no.
favorite Marvel movies in a long damn time,
Yeah.
to be writing and helming this, not helming, I guess, just writing this film,
Yeah.
you know, like that. So I'm nothing but happy to hear this news on my end.
Yep. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. The writing just was not good, man. The writing was not good. There's no character arcs. There's no emotional depth. They pull you out of moments as quick as they put you in them. It's just not a good movie. And I'm not saying that Jeff Loveness is a complete blame right there. The Ant-Man movies have never been, top tier, but
Yeah.
you know, it just it wasn't great, and just knowing that that man it was going to do King Dynasty was also not great. I would like to say that both him, I mean, granted, he wrote a lot of Rick and Morty, which, like, bro, if you're in your element, like, just go ahead and stay in your element. That's great. Keep doing your work at Rick and Morty. It slaps. It does. Um, and then we all know that Marvel has been kind of, you know, digging into the Rick and Morty people
Yeah.
behind Rick and Morty a lot, because Michael Waldron is he did Loki, which good on you. That's pretty good. He again, executive producer and producer on the game, and was a producer for Rick and Morty. So we're digging into like the Rick and Morty of it all. But and Charlie, this one's for you.
I
He
know you're
did
gonna say
write Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which is infinitely better than Ant-Man Quantumania. So this man has
oh,
already showed us that he can EP on Loki and do a damn good job on it. He can write for Multiverse of Madness and write a compelling story. This is the man that's going to be writing Avengers Secret Wars. And so I feel like they kind of dug into their bag of tricks with Rick and Morty. They pulled a couple out. One happened to work more than the other. Fine. I don't know if that means that they'll have Michael Waldron also write King Dynasty and just be like, all right, hey, we'll just double your money. You can do both these projects for us. I know Daniel something, what's his name? Daniel something Craig, Shang-Chi's director, is directing Secret Wars.
yeah. I forget his
Daniel
name.
Destin Craig, I think.
Yeah.
Daniel
That's Cretin, I
Destin
think. Cretin, I believe.
Cretin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just double check. Yeah, Daniel Destin Cretton is directing Secret Wars, right? It was Secret Wars they gave him, right? Or was it
Ye-
King Dynasty?
I think it was
I
King.
came
It was.
into
I
this
think it was
thinking it
King.
was
I think it was King
King
Dynasty.
Dynasty.
I think it was King Dynasty.
No way, really?
Yeah, I don't think there's a director for Secret Wars yet.
You're right. Okay, this
Yeah.
whole time I was thinking Secret Wars, but they have their writer for Secret Wars.
Do they?
Wait, maybe
I
I
don't think
have
they
this
have
all
anything
messed
for
up.
Secret Wars. I don't think they have any.
I think I might have got this messed up. I think um initially, because and the reason where I'm pulling this from, which granted I'm not the best source, but when we were talking before the podcast about everything on TikTok, I went to go look at my old videos, and there was I was standing there defending Michael Waldron over yeah. So okay, which this could be a false source, but I posted this October 3rd, 2022. After penning the Doctor Strange sequel and the first season of Loki, Michael Waldron has been set to write Avengers Secret Wars for the studio. And
Oh, okay.
so
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know if that ever panned out, because like on his IMDb, it doesn't even say he is doing it, just says like Loki and heels.
I
So
think I remember that because people were pissed about it because they didn't like
yeah, well, people were pissed because
Multiverse of
they didn't
Madness.
really like, yeah. And I
Yeah.
went on there saying, like, dude, you know, they had Thor the Dark World writers helping out with Infinity War. Like, bro, this really doesn't mean that much. Like, someone that made that also helped write one of the best comic book movies of all time. Like, you're kind of freaking out. So I don't know. My information might have been wrong on the Secret Wars stuff. That was, a long time ago, and we haven't heard anything about it since. Either way, um, Kang Dynasty, Daniel Destin Cretton has lost his writer. And so it'll be interesting to see where they take it from there. If they do give Michael Waldron something else, like it was rumored a while back, or if they end up giving this to him, like if he was in the news for that, they could just throw him this, see how it does, and see if they want to give him Secret Wars as well. Either way, just kind of glad Jeff Loveness isn't attached to it anymore, as bad as that sounds. It'll be interesting to see if we upgrade a little bit. So
Yeah. I don't know when we'll get that news. It's probably going to be a while considering the strike happening. I don't think any writer is going to be hired. At least any writer part of the WGA, Writers Guild of
yeah,
America. And so we probably won't hear any news until the strike is over, which I have no knowledge on how long that might last. But
yeah,
hey, that's fine. I'm in no rush to get. Whoops, I'm in no rush to get any sort of news about this movie. It's probably gonna get pushed back anyway.
yeah.
That's what everything. That's what everything's looking like, because what it's supposed to hit 2025 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I could definitely see it and Secret Wars getting pushed back to um, not only getting pushed back together, but also being separated further apart from each other. They already have been a little bit, I believe, because they were supposed to both come out in 2025, but now
Mm-hmm.
Secret Wars is set for 2026. But I could see that being pushed even further
Yeah.
out.
Um, yeah, and this it is important to note that Jeff Loveness was leaving or had made up his mind on leaving before the writer's strike happened. So a lot of people were like, "Well, why is Marvel still writing stuff? Like, what writers breaking the strike and stuff like that?" And it was like, so they cleared it up and they said, "No, he has been stepped away from Marvel for a while since before the strike happened." So
Oh, I didn't even know that.
something interesting, yeah, something else interesting to put out because a lot of people were automatically like, there's a strike going on right now. Like who's writing, who's
Yeah,
working right now?
yeah. Get them out of
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, very exciting. It'll be fun to see some more news coming up on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's
But
about it.
yeah, I think that wraps it up for our news segment. Um, are we jumping into yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Who do you want to go first?
uh I don't have a character. Do you have a character?
I have a character.
You have a character
I'm
for me to
yeah,
guess?
yeah. I might
Okay.
get you with this one.
All right. Oh shit.
Hopefully.
All right.
I hope so. I hope so.
All right. Let me see if I can think of a character. Ooh, real quick, just for whenever I come up. Okay. All right. You want to go first, or you
Yeah, yeah,
like I go first? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, minute on the clock. 1, go.
Phase 1.
No.
Phase 2.
No.
Phase 3.
Yes.
Okay. Phase 3. Is there an Avenger of the original 6 in the movie?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Is it Civil War?
No.
Is this either of the Spider-Mans?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Spider-Man Far From Home?
No.
Okay. So it's Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
Is it Tony Stark? No. Is it Vulture?
No.
Is it male? Is it male?
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit. Is it Nick Fury?
No.
Is it Happy Hogan?
No.
Is it Flash Thompson?
No.
Is it Ned?
No. 15 seconds.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, is it Scorpion? Is it
No.
the Shocker?
No.
Is it one of the Shocker's henchmen?
No.
Oh, what? I thought I
3,
had you there.
2, 1. Oh boy.
Oh no.
It was Aaron Davis.
Oh, dude, that's a great one. Damn it, that's a great one, dude. I
I
was
had
like,
a
oh,
feeling I might get you with that one.
I was like, oh, it has to be Scorpion or Shocker, bro. It has to. Yeah, that was a okay. Okay, I'll give you props. I'll give you props. That was a great one.
Oh man.
Wow. All right. Well, you'll probably get my next one, but I want to use this character anyway. So this one will probably be a little bit easy for you. All right. See what I did there? I added a lot of pressure just so that you can fold when it comes down to it. All right. You have a minute on the clock, and your time starts now.
Phase 1.
No.
Phase 2.
Yes.
Is it an Avengers movie?
Yes.
Okay, so Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Were they introduced in that movie?
Yes.
Is it Wanda or Pietro?
No.
Baron von Strucker.
No, that's a damn good guess. You have 30
Um,
seconds.
Ultron.
Yes. Oh, this man. 23 seconds on the clock. I
Come
thought I was
on,
gonna
man.
stump you. I was like, he's not gonna guess a villain. He's gonna
You
be
didn't
like,
even think
oh
about
man,
Baron
is it
von
a...
Strucker at all in that movie, huh?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Damn.
That's why I was like, damn, that's a good ass guess.
I could have used that one. Damn. Wouldn't have
Yeah.
guessed that.
Yeah, I need a oh my gosh. I really thought I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get his ass right here. He thought I forgot about the Shocker. He thought I forgot. But
I tried to
didn't.
think of like
Yeah, I didn't.
because I think Aaron Davis is like the most obscure male
Yeah.
character in that movie. I don't think
Yeah.
anything. I mean, maybe like Peter's classmates, but I don't know the name of those kids.
That's what I was saying. I was like, bro, it has to be another one of them goddamn classmates that Ben got me with. I oh my god, I didn't even think of Aaron Davis. Wow. That's a
And I
good
made
one,
sure
man.
I even like before while we were recording, I went and looked at the credits to make sure he was credited as Aaron Davis and not just like random dude. Because
Yeah.
if he was credited as like random dude, then I wouldn't have done that one. But
Yeah, or I could have just been like Childish Gambino in No Way Home, or Childish Gambino in Homecoming.
yeah,
It's gonna be funny to see if these ever get to the point where it's like uh Iron Man with his piece ripped out of his chest in Iron Man 1, or just some random ass like just detailed description. Spider-Man in his black suit in No Way Home. Yes.
dude, no,
It's
no, no.
like, is it
That would be
Spider-Man? I was waiting for you to be like, male, is it male? I was like, no. Is it female? No. But then I would kind of give it away. But you had to be like, what the hell? And then you waste 20 seconds, and then I'm like, boom, got him. Oh, man. All right. Well, you got me this time.
yeah.
You
It's just
beat
that's
the
the first of many, bro.
beast.
I'm getting better at this, bro. Like I just needed the first couple of warm ups, bro. That's all it is. Now
I
I'm gonna be
handed
on
you a
top.
win.
I'm gonna be on top now. All right.
I got one. I already got one for next week.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna forget it. Don't worry, chat. Don't worry. Um,
Maybe, honestly.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you're over on Spotify, be sure to drop the podcast a follow as well as a high rating. You know we're good for it, and we would appreciate it and love you very, very much. We might even personally send you a gift to your house. Wait, how will we know your address?
Maybe.
I don't know. You know,
YouTube tells us.
yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
If you're over on YouTube, please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We are back on that weekly grind. We want to have more stuff out for your eyes and your ears and all the lovely senses that you can possibly have while watching this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again, seriously, for sticking around with us. I think this was a little bit longer than we wanted it to come out to, but I
Oh
mean,
wow,
hey,
yeah.
it was a good bit of news, and I think we had a lot to say about each little piece. So
Charlie has to go night.
I'm
I held him
very
for way
tired.
too long.
I've been awake for I don't even know how many hours, whatever 3 a.m. to 11 p.m. is.
Dude, that's about
But
10. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at my clock. My bad. So 8. No, 8, I don't even fucking know. 20 hours. I don't know. Something like that.
well, 3 and then so 19 hours.
Okay.
That's not that bad. I've stayed up for longer. But anyway, thank you guys seriously, and for stick around even after our alarm break. I know I said it before, but seriously, it means a lot. And we're gonna try and keep pumping out. We got Secret Invasion coming up. Obviously, we're gonna cover that weekly. At the end of the month, we got lots of big movies. We talked about Spider-Verse comes up in I think was it 2 weeks from now. I think that's 2 weeks away. Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
Spider-Verse is gonna be a big one. We're probably gonna try and get some some guests on for that. I don't know if we'll do Fast and Furious. We both don't really care about Fast and Furious that much to talk about it. But you know, if it shocks us, maybe we will hop in. Who knows?
Yeah, you can let me know tomorrow after you watch it.
Yeah, but obviously we're gonna keep these little news ones going and try to fit in some other new stuff in there. Yeah, some other topics that we might be able to have some fun with. But all right, you guys have a wonderful day, midday, night, whatever time you're probably listening to this. I hope you're well rested and having a great time with your family and whoever loves you. But thank you guys so much one final time. Adios.
Peace.